card games. I
Indeed.
climbed onto the bed and closed my eyes, only to realize how tired I was after today. Something hammered in my head awfully, as if my brain had started a night shift. And they seemed to be aimed more at rolling steel than working on something more sensitive. The bus flew through my mind, and the square with the monument. The canteen full of pioneers. And the malicious face of Ulyana. Slavia. Lena. Even then, recalling Alyssa did not give me too much of a negative feeling. Recalling her would give me a fucking negative feeling. She's just hostile beyond belief.
Mm-hmm.
What if I'm here for good?
Day 2.
I was having a dream. It seemed like I was in some kind of vacuum with nothing but nothing around me. But not only around, I was the only creature in the universe. As if the universe had returned to the state of a singularity right before the Big Bang. And something was just about to happen. I suddenly heard a voice. I could not make out the words, but it sounded familiar. The voice was whispering something gently, as if to soothe me. Then I realized it was the voice of the strange girl from the bus. The girl from the dream. But what is she trying to tell me? Who is she? I woke up. My eyes. My fucking eyes.
Indeed, my
Ow.
eyes too.
My glasses did not like that whatsoever.
Ooh.
Bright sunlight struck my eyes, and mine too.
Mine 3.
It was almost noon. After stretching lazily on my bed and yawning, I started to recall the previous day. In a few seconds, all its events passed before my eyes: the bus, the camp, the local inhabitants. No, that's just wrong. Not this whole situation, not me being here. It was just wrong by default. My attitude towards what was happening was wrong. Because yesterday I fell asleep here, just like that. And before that I chatted nicely with local pioneers, even managed to crack a few jokes. Ugh. How could I act like that in such a situation? I should be frightened, startled by every little rustling, should avoid all contact with potentially hostile creatures. No, the man's overthinking again.
Yep, he is.
The last day's events were getting hazy, like I had a hangover. This really feels like the morning after a heavy drinking party. Yesterday's natural, flawless, absolutely normal conduct had become a nightmare in the morning. A grotesque illustration from the Divine Comedy.
Overthinking.
Yes. This man needs to stop overthinking and just think.
Yes.
Yes, it's just like that, and I can't change the past now. Should have woke up earlier as well.
Yeah.
You're in a pioneer camp. Then again, I had probably assessed the situation and was acting accordingly. I glanced around trying to figure out whether I had been thrown somewhere else, but Olga Dmitrieva's cabin looked exactly the same as yesterday. Everything seemed to be in its place except for the pioneer uniform, which is hanging from the bedhead. I fumbled with it in distrust and tried it on. At least this is better than walking around in winter clothes. I wish I could see myself. I bet I look like a clown. No, you do not look like a clown. You look like the whole circus. And for that I needed a mirror. What's on the thing next to that small table? At least a tiny one. What's on the thing next to that table?
There you go.
On a wardrobe.
Yes.
I finally found one on the wardrobe door. Yeah. Holy. I looked at the newfound pioneer and jumped away in surprise. There was some teenager on the other side of the mirror. Ah, yeah, you're younger now.
Yeah. Oh.
This is young him.
Wow.
He didn't just go back in time normally. He's now the younger him in a pioneer camp.
Damn.
And you remember the responses he got last time from fucking Olga before I finished. You now see why she responded like she did.
Yep.
He resembled me, but he wasn't me. Yes, he is you.
It is you, buddy.
Where did the weak stubble go? Where were the bags under my eyes, the slouch, the deathly fatigue on my face? They don't exist. This is younger you, a better version of you.
You have your chance to reset. Take it.
Yes, reset. It seemed I had not simply been thrown back in time or into a parallel reality, but instead had simply changed bodies with someone else. No.
It's you.
No.
It's
Next. Yeah, we need to see what this man thinks. Right, that's real simple. Yeah, switching body with someone extremely simple. Such things happen every day.
You're right, but still.
I took a closer look at the stranger, and only then I realized that it actually was me. It just wasn't today's me. Maybe the one from between my school and university years. Ah, yes, one which doesn't have uni stress.
Yeah.
How wonderful.
Yes. A good time. A technically good time. What should have been a good time.
Yes. Well, at least that's something. There you go. The person in extreme situation did fail to notice the elephant in the room after all. But the camp leader noticed it last night and she told me off for addressing her without proper respect. Ah, screw that. I doubt my appearance affects anything else. If the clock was not lying, breakfast was long over.
You snooze, you lose, buddy.
Oversleep, yes. Oh well, I'll try to find something in the canteen. It worked out well yesterday with Slavia, didn't it? Those memories made me smile involuntarily. The sun was shining bright outside. A little breeze was blowing. A beautiful summer day. I had not felt so good in the morning for several years. All the problems were gone, vanished into the clouds that were white as snow. That bike still looks far out of fucking place.
I know. It really does.
Plastic's out more than fucking me when I'm anywhere. Olga came out of nowhere.
Good morning, Semyon.
Morning, isn't it afternoon? I
I don't know.
smiled, doing my best to show that no matter what, my morning was indeed good.
You only arrived yesterday, so I decided to not wake you up, but breakfast. Never mind. Here, take this.
She handed me something wrapped in paper. Judging by its oily stains, there had to be a sandwich inside. Oh, thank you.
Now go wash yourself.
I was about to leave.
Wait a second.
Olga quickly ran into the house and came out with a small bag. And came out to shove a small bag into my hands. Inside it, I found a toothbrush, soap, small towel, and something else. I did not look too closely.
A pioneer should always be clean and tidy. Let me do your neckerchief properly this first time. Yours is askew. You should do it yourself once you learn how to.
Do we have to? I'm going to wash myself now. Yeah, right. I could get hooked on the tap and strangle me. Gee,
Dude!
I'm annoyed at the fucking protagonist.
Ugh. Fine. Later then. And don't forget about the lineup.
Pencils, paper, drawing lines. You don't forget such things. What lineup?
What do you mean, what lineup?
She frowned.
It's
Obviously.
Monday today.
Yo, Garfield hates this day.
Indeed he does.
Toronto's 2-1.
Hell yeah.
Back to the guide.
Yes.
Weird. By approximation, it should have been Sunday. Then again, a shift in day of the week is hardly the worst thing. Well, you did shift seasons.
Yes. That's no small feat.
Usually, yeah,
Usually,
I did a fucking U just then.
yeah, I know, I noticed. Usually we have lineups early in the morning before breakfast, but it's Monday today, so we're having it at 12 o'clock. Don't be late.
All right, where?
At the square. Where else?
Yes, with the statue of the man.
Yes.
There was no reason to argue. I headed to the bathing place. I knew I could forget about separate showers and toilet, but at the sight of this malfunctioning symptom of decaying socialism, a funny turtle with a tin shell, four taps and ceramic belly, I felt sick. I was squeamish. I was not a squeamish person, but nevertheless, standing there, I realized there was still some minimal level of habitual comfort which I found it troublesome to do without. It's so often like that. When you lose things that you thought were ordinary and common, you suddenly understand just how essential they were. Screw this. As if I have any choice. The water was ice cold. While washing my hands was not an issue, washing my face and mouth became a big problem. There was no toothpaste in the bag Olga gave me. I could brush my teeth without it, but there was a small round box wrapped in the towel. Tooth powder.
Well then.
Tooth powder, how old is that?
That must be super old.
I'm gonna search this up real quick. Tooth powder. Tooth powder. Powdered toothpaste. There's nothing about age for it, so I'll have to fucking search it up afterwards.
Yep.
Cute. 1 point for me being somewhere in the past. I washed myself quickly, also due to the ice-cold water. Someone was coming quickly, or more like running towards me. I turned around. It was Flavia, dressed in a tracksuit. This girl would probably look good in anything: pioneer uniform, bikini, even a spacesuit.
Hey there.
Oh hi, Amina. What's up? Good morning, yeah. Oh yeah, real smooth.
Why didn't you come for breakfast?
I overslept. I said it as if I was proud about it. But Olga gave me some sandwiches.
Oh, great then. Don't forget about the lineup.
Yeah, sure. As if I could forget.
Alright, I gotta run. Enjoy yourself.
She waved goodbye to me and disappeared around the path's bend. Looks like there's a couple of minutes until the lineup. I should quickly pass by my home, drop off my washing bag, eat the sandwiches and head to the square. I swung open the door of the camp leader's cabin, rushed inside as if jumping into the last car of a departing train. It didn't turn out to be the best idea, because inside I found Olga, who was changing.
Oh!
I froze on the spot, trying not to breathe. Finally, the camp leader noticed me.
Semyon!
I looked away immediately.
Have you heard of knocking? Now get out!
Yeah, that was real clumsy. Although I did enjoy the sight. Jesus fucking Christ, why this man's acting like a gremlin?
Damn, yo!
The man is acting like a full-on fucking gremlin. I'm gonna end up having an argument with this fucking protagonist.
Shit, dude.
Olga followed me out in a minute.
Here, take this. Now it is your home too.
She handed me a key. I put it in my pocket. Home. Of course, if you disregard how fantastical the current events were, this camp was far from being the worst place on Earth. But to call it home? Just after one day spent here, Yeah, that's how it works normally at these summer camps.
Yes.
You call it home the minute you get there.
Yes.
I doubt I'll ever be able to do so.
All right, let's go. We're late.
But what about the sandwiches?
Just eat them on the way.
We were passing along the lines of pioneers and cabins while tucking into the ham sandwiches, and Olga kept on talking and talking. We were passing along lines of She was buzzing like a game of Operation with Parkinson's.
That's actually kind of funny.
But I cared about nothing but the food.
Understood.
Huh?
You weren't listening.
Sorry.
Today is the first day of your new life as a pioneer, and you should do your best so that it becomes a happy life.
Ah, yeah, definitely.
I'm
Tutu,
serious. A pioneer has.
tutu.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
tutu.
nice. Ah, tie.
This is gonna fuck it. This is gonna go down to fucking wire.
Oh boy. I'm serious. A pioneer has many duties. Great responsibility is conferred upon him to participate in social work, to help his juniors, to study and study and study again. We are all here like one big family, and you will become a part of it.
Yeah, apart. I'd even sign a party membership card if it could save me from listening to this nonsense.
I hope that after your term here is over, you'll keep the most pleasant memories about our camp. Memories that will last your whole life.
And when will this term end?
Why do you keep asking silly things?
It seems like I won't get any information from her. A shame, really. The world appears to be so friendly, but it never bothered to introduce itself to me. Perhaps now I can take things somewhat easier than yesterday. It seems like I have some unspoken ceasefire with it. It isn't trying to hurt me, but I'm forbidden from asking questions. Of course, the situation isn't a pleasant one, but what can I do about it? A bad peace is better than a good dispute.
The most important thing for you now is to make the best of the time you will spend here.
I'll do my best. Honestly, I was very tired of this conversation. It would be good to know where, uh, where that here is. But we came to the square. The pioneers were already lined up. What? Is somebody not here yet?
Nope. All here.
She looked around me at her brave pioneer troops.
Alright, go stand somewhere.
Weird. Why did she tell me there are no more sleeping places? While the chief was running her mouth about her plans for the week, I stared at the people. A few heads away from me stood Electronic, a little further Lena, and Slavia. At the end of the line, Ulyana and Alyssa. Everyone I had met was here. Olga spoke about some competitions, and I turned my attention to the monument. Ginda. I could not remember any revolutionary with a similar name. He had a weird posture too, as if he was looking about with distrust, maybe contempt or disdain. Probably some local leader.
Daydreaming again?
Slavia brought me back to reality. Olga stood nearby.
Still remember the plan for the week?
Oh god, this is... Ah! The plan? I will never forget the plan.
Perfect.
She looked at Slavia.
Did you bring it? Yes.
Slavia handed me a piece of paper.
It's a checklist. Here are 4 tasks to check off. Do it all today. Before you start, sign up for a club. There are some clubs in the clubhouse and a musical club in the separate building. Then, visit the infirmary. And finally, visit the library. Got it?
Yes. The checklist seemed like a good chance to find something, since I had to go places I hadn't before.
Then come on, start right now.
What about lunch?
Don't worry, I'll bring you more sandwiches. The checklist is more important. Good luck.
They departed too fast for me to ask anything else. Missed breakfast now. I'll miss lunch too. This ain't good. Maybe I'll manage it in time somehow. The lunch starts at 1 p.m. Then again, if I'll go there, I might miss a place from the checklist. Okay, it's too early to go to the canteen anyway. Oh.
How are we gonna do this?
Music.
Music club?
Music club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
The music club, a small, one-level building, was located some distance from the other camp buildings. I opened the door and entered without hesitation. There were enough instruments for a whole orchestra here, drums, guitars, even a piano. I spent some time looking around closely at every instrument, wanting to guess the time period they were from, but suddenly I heard a crawling sound coming from underneath the piano. A girl. Seems like she was looking for something.
Wow, the blatant fan service.
She was standing on... I wouldn't call this standing.
Definitely not, no.
I would not call this standing.
No.
Why is Semyon being a rat?
I don't know.
On all fours, in such a suggestive pose that I hesitated to speak at first. Excuse me?
Ah, who's there?
Smacks her head on the piano.
Oof.
She tried to stand up, but the bottom of the piano prevented her from doing so.
Ouch.
Youch. She struggled out. Sorry, I scared you.
It's nothing. Oh, you got a checklist? You must be new here.
Ah, yes.
My name is Miku. No, really, I'm serious. Nobody believes me, but it's my real name. My mother is Japanese. My dad met her when he was building, well, it wasn't him who was building. He's an engineer. And he was working on a nuclear power plant there. Or a dam, or a bridge, whatever.
She was talking so fast she swallowed half the words she was trying to pronounce. I'm Semyon.
Great, want to be in our club? It's only me here now, but it'll be two of us then. Do you play anything?
When I became antisocial, I bought a guitar and learned a few chords, but then I forgot about it, since I quit everything that required more than a couple hours to learn. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything like that, really.
Oh, it's okay. I'll teach you. Maybe a trumpet, for example? How about a violin? I know it all, honestly.
There was no point in arguing with the orchestra girl, since there was only another cascade of words waiting to blast at me. Hey, I'll think about it. Can you just sign it for now?
Yes, sure. Give it to me. Be sure to come around. I sing too. I'll sing you some Japanese folk songs. Or maybe if you're not into that, something more contemporary?
Sure. Thanks, gotta go now.
Of course. Come anytime.
The end of her sentence, it stayed inside. This man is a literal human rat.
Yes, he is. Very much so.
I would smack this man.
Yes.
It might be nice to hang around with a guitar in the evening, but in such company. I turned around. I turned to leave and came face to face with Alyssa. She eyed me suspiciously.
Why did you come?
The checklist?
Got it signed?
Yes.
Then move it!
Alyssa went inside and hurried to leave the place.
Okay, where are we gonna go next?
Library.
Alright.
Actually, I love reading, but I spent my days in a library under the current circumstances. But spending my days in a library under the current circumstances was well beyond my scope. So I'd better hurry up with this checkpoint. As I stepped inside, a memory from my childhood emerged in my head. It was very vivid. I'm 7 or 8 years old. I'm at the library with my mother. While she was looking through the books, I might need my studies. I'm sitting in the corner and looking through their collection of comic books. Back then I didn't know why they had so many, or why couldn't I take some with me. The notion of collective property was something in my mind. My mind hadn't grasped yet at that age.
Heh.
However, back then, the whole concept of property was pretty hazy to me. This memory seemed even stranger now, while I was standing in this particular camp, where there might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbols was all over the place, and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course, I wasn't planning to read any of these. Getting acquainted with a full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth that I would think of. Where's the librarian? I didn't spend much time looking for her. One of the cue to characters in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I looked closely. Short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. She was snoring so peacefully I couldn't just wake her up. I can wait. If she doesn't wake up in half an hour, maybe then. I couldn't just sit here, so I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur Schopenhauer. The world as will and repression. I opened it roughly on the middle and started reading. The life of a man, with its endless upkeep, wants, and suffering, is to be regarded as an explanation and paraphrase of the procreative act, i.e., the absolute claim of will to live. And furthermore, it is also the reason the man owes nature his death and thinks with anxiety of this debt. Is this not the evidence that our existence involves guilt? At any rate, we always exist, from time to time, paying with death for our birth. We always exist, and alternatively bear all the joy and sorrow of life, since neither of both can pass us without some effect. That is the result of our stated will to live. Thus, the fear of death, which in spite of all the miseries of life, holds us firmly to it, is really elusive, but just as elusive as the impulse which has attracted us into it. This attraction itself may be seen as objectively as the mutual belonging of glances of two lovers. They are the purest expression of the will to live, in its affirmation. How gentle and tender it is. It wants happiness and quiet pleasure, and mild joys for itself, for others, for all. Someone knocked on the door. I quickly closed the book, put it back in its place. What a nice habit, knocking on the door. I should pick it up. It was Lena.
Oh,
Hi. I smiled.
hi. I just wanted to return a book.
She had a copy of Gone with the Wind that I saw yesterday.
Oh, Xenia's sleeping. I'll come back later. I'm awake. I turn her. Oh, fudge. Now I just did that.
Yes, she's awake as soon as someone enters that isn't him. That's what fucking gets me.
Yep.
I turned around in surprise to look at her. She eyed me closely from behind her table.
What is it you wanted?
I need you to check here.
Give it here.
She quickly signed the paper and gave it back to me. She had this look on her face that made me want to keep quiet. That's a librarian look.
It is.
That's the fucking librarian look.
Classic.
Lena came up to return her book, and I thanked Xenia and went out.
All right, where are we going?
Well, we shall go to the infirmary.
All right.
What's the point of visiting the infirmary? My health was fine. The fresh local air clearly did some good. I felt fresher than usual. But I just have to visit it. I entered. A common infirmary, like my school doctor's room. A middle-aged woman sat at the table. Obviously, she was a nurse. She gazed intently at me, assessing me, while continuing to write something.
Well, hello, Pioneer,
said the nurse without being distracted from her work. Good afternoon, Mom. I have something.
Sit down, please.
I looked around the room.
On the couch.
I sat down.
Strip.
She said all of it, even with an even tone. What for?
To inspect, to osculate, to check on your health, you know. By the way, my name is Violetta, but you can call me Viola.
She turned to me.
What are you waiting for? Strip.
But I have no health issues. I've got this. I neatly gave her the paper.
Later.
She took the stethoscope off her neck, seeming like she intended to probe me with it. But then someone knocked on the door. The nurse answered unwillingly.
Come in!
In a moment, the door opened widely and electronic rushed inside. Hello, I fell during the football game. Nonsense, of course. I'm okay, but Olga. There was a massive bruise under Electronic's eye. I doubt this could have been a football injury.
Sit down. I'll have a look.
She said to him.
And you, pass me your checklist.
The nurse quickly signed it and continued.
If something hurts, come to me immediately, Pioneer.
I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me. That man looks like he was smashed in the face.
I know. That's not a footy injury. That's not.
A football injury is if you're a goalkeeper, something like a sprained wrist.
Yeah.
And I've had that from football before.
There you go.
That fucking I think my wrist got pulled all the way back before from fucking saving it.
Ooh.
And it fucking made me fucking want to throw up.
Ah, that sucks.
And my wrist was in stupid amounts of pain for 2 weeks.
I can't imagine. That must have been terrible.
Well, it was my right hand as well, so
Ooh.
that nurse sure is something else.
Where are we going?
Final location.
The clubhouse.
Yes. I went to the clubhouse. To tell the truth, I never really liked extracurricular activities. At school, I used to find any excuse to skip extra classes at university. I had no interest in participating in the student council. It wasn't intended in boxing, aero modeling, or sewing. So I came here just to check off the box. Nobody was there. I found myself in something like a hut of a junior robot enthusiast. There were wires and simple. I heard voices coming from another room. Oh, then two pioneers appeared.
Whoops.
One was electronic, the other one I didn't know. Hi, Semyon. We've been expecting you. It seems he knows everything about everyone. Why were you expecting me? Well, of course, because you came to sign up to Cybernetics Club, didn't you? He didn't let me answer. And this is Shurik. He's in charge here. I assume there's only two of you in this club. Well, you can say that it's three now. Shurik came up to me and assertively offered his hand. His face was somewhat familiar. Welcome to the club. Yep. Now I'll show you around. Make yourself at home. Guys, I just wanted to. We're always welcoming new members. He said it in such a way that the anthem of the Soviet Union suddenly started playing in my head.
Perfect time for a
Now,
gag.
now he's fucking playing in my head.
Yeah, same here.
It's amazing. I even remembered the words. In first grade, I had a textbook with the lyrics in the back. Why would a fucking textbook have fucking lyrics to it?
I don't know. That's something that should
No, I just.
be printed separately, like a separate
Yes.
piece of paper, not in a
Yeah.
textbook.
Or just the text. Or the textbook is about the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted you to sign my checklist. Yep. You sign up to the club and we'll sign your checklist. Ah, yes!
Good old fashioned trick.
He grinned. I was getting ready for a long, boring argument, but then I heard someone enter. I looked back and saw Slavia.
Ah, Semyon, I hope they're not giving you any trouble.
She narrowed her eyes, looking at the future of Motherland's robotics industry.
I know these two. They can.
Well, actually, I just need to get my checklist signed. I decided to take advantage of the situation.
No problem. Give it to me.
Slavia took the paper and marched over to Shurik.
Sign it.
Hold on, we're not done yet.
You're done. Sign it now.
She gave Shirik a threatening look and made him lose every possible objection. He wrote some squiggles on the checklist, thanks Slavia, and then moved it on in a mellow mood. Dots. Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I just head back to Olga to give it to her. Toronto's in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto and FaZe.
Hell
That's
yeah!
going to be a fucking match. That's Toronto and FaZe is going to be a match and a half.
Hell yeah! This is gonna be fun.
Oh, that's good. When that match starts, it's going to be hilarious.
I know.
She was sitting in front of her cabin reading a book. Doesn't look like a good role model for the perfect pioneer that she was planning to turn me into. I wonder if her responsibilities extended beyond giving her fiery speeches at lineup and scolding Ulyana and getting involved into my morale, physical and ideological growth. Here, I offered her my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures. Great. I could have signed it myself without going anywhere.
Perfect. So, did you meet our nurse?
Yes. Oh, the dots at the end say a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, her question sent shivers down my spine.
Which club have you signed up for?
I didn't. I need to think first.
That's a pity. It's vital for you to sign in somewhere tomorrow.
Of course. Brr.
Right, it's time to go to dinner.
It's about time. I was getting hungry. I headed to the canteen together with Olga. I looked at the sky and noticed the sun was already setting. On the porch stood Alyssa, Electronic, Ulyana, and Slavia. As we came up, I heard what they were talking about.
And never call me Devche again, and you'll get another one.
I didn't call you that. You're hearing things.
He did, I heard it all.
You weren't even there.
I was, in the bushes. Come on, you
Her hair
guys.
looks like
Stop it.
Her hair looks like fucking hair bales.
I
No wonder she
know.
was in the bushes.
I know, yeah. That's what I keep thinking about too. Come on, you guys. Stop it.
So, it wasn't football injury Electronic suffered earlier. The nurse did a good job. I couldn't even see his black eye. Olga came up to them and asked them about the ruckus.
What happened? Alisa and Chizkov. I didn't do anything.
She shrugged with antipathy and went inside.
Right, dinner time.
I entered last. There weren't too many free seats. There were a few free chairs near Alyssa across the canteen, but I'd sooner starve for a week or two than risk my head near her. There was also a seat near Ulyana, but I'm not into traditional Chinese. Whatever crawls cuisine. Finally, a free chair near Miku. Looks like I'll have to pick my poison. You mind if I sit here?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, no, I don't mind. I mean, yes, you can sit here.
It's a shame her route's locked till you get all the good endings.
Ah, that sucks.
I sat down.
Look, it's buckwheat today. Do you like buckwheat and chicken? I don't like chicken, not that I don't like it. But if you'd ask me, what would I prefer? Say, stroganoff beef or ragout? Or, no, maybe just a hamburger or a rump steak. Do you like rump steak?
Yeah. Yes. I love this. I love the fucking off the rails characters.
I
They're always
know.
great.
Yes, they are.
I'm not that picky about my food. And that's the simple truth.
Oh, is that so? But the desserts, they aren't really good here. I like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? I just love 48 Kopecks and Leningradsko. Oh, sorry, I keep talking about myself. 48 Kopecks, Leningradsko, ice cream brands popular in the late Soviet Union.
She is insane.
Yes.
The best character.
Maybe you like Eskimo better?
Dinner's starting to get on my nerves. Thanks to such company. And I'm not the kind of person that can just ignore someone who's talking to them. Even her. We're at the same table after all.
Once I bought a waffle cone and started eating, and then you know what? I found a screw there. A real screw. Can you imagine that? Or was it a bolt? I don't really know. Screws are those you tighten with screwdrivers, and bolts are those that you turn with a wrench, yes?
Oh. This is absolutely temperamental.
Yes.
This is one special route. You have to complete at least one positive ending.
Yeah.
One positive ending and we can do fucking Miku route.
Yes.
Yeah, now, if there was a speed eating contest going on, I would probably be in the top 3 winners by now. Right, I'll be going. Enjoy your meal. I got up and headed outside. You didn't want to talk to her?
Come on, man.
You didn't want to talk to the temperamental woman?
Come on, man.
Miku was saying something, but her words were drowned out by the crowd of loudly dining pioneers. I went outside and sat on the stairs waiting for my dinner to settle down a bit. I sat there and watched the night falling. Everything was so lively here. During the day, kids laughing and yelling happily, fooling, running around, constant chatter, games going on, and swimming at the beach. But after dark, the camp changes entirely. The sounds of day were swapping for silence, only now and then broken by crickets chirping or a night bird. The camp was going to sleep. In every shadow, you could see things, maybe a ghost or a spirit of the forest, or a wild animal. A human being will be the last thing to expect. That is how I looked at it last night, and now. The locals followed their routine very strictly. In the day, the camp was theirs. In the night, it belonged to more of the forces of nature than to humans. Someone touched my shoulder. I looked back. It was electronic. Let's go play cards. Cards? Yep, I invented a new game, a good one. Good? Like how? Well, first we gotta find the cards, then I'll tell you. Then go find them, what's the problem? Only Olga Dmitrievna has them, and she won't give them to me. Why so? Well, the last time when Olga and Slavia came out onto the porch. Olga, Semyon just wanted to ask you about the possibility of getting playing cards. Actually?
For what purpose?
We invented a new game. Not we. You did.
What game?
I need the cards to show you.
I don't like this. Well, if Semyon's with you, then perhaps it's okay.
To be really honest.
We'll go fetch them together. Olga.
Olga, yeah. Olga, no last name.
Yeah.
Go get the cards with Slavia.
Alright.
Yes. If you don't mind?
Sure, let's go.
We headed down towards my cabin. Roughly halfway there, Slavia stopped.
Hey, I just remembered.
Hey, oh god. Ah!
The cards are...
I'm trying to read your lines now.
Ah! Hey, I just remembered. The cards are in my cabin.
Good timing. And where's that?
It's just down this road. Let's go.
On my series, I try to read your lines, and on your series, you try to read mine.
Oh, how
this
the
is going
turntables.
absolutely wonderful.
Yes. Oh, how the tables have turned.
We reached the cabin. In fact, it looked more like a trailer.
Just wait a minute. I'll be back.
It took her just a few seconds to come back.
There.
She showed me a deck of pretty worn-out playing cards. These must be marked in and out.
That's unsportsmanlike. What happened to fair play?
Tell me about it. It's hard to cheat when you don't know the rules.
Shall we go?
Let's go. Oh, by the way, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Log into the companion app.
Oh, thank you.
It's when the pre-show starts. At 3 p.m. the actual match starts.
Thanks for the heads up.
On our way back, I decided to try and find out about something. How long have you been here?
In this camp, about a week.
I see, and where did you come from?
I'm from the north.
That is...
The cold north.
She looked at me and smiled. Looks like nobody from this camp is inclined to even answer the most innocent of questions. I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I tried to approach from another angle. And, what do you like?
What do you mean?
Well, your hobbies.
Oh, I like nature.
Strange. She's not very talkative today for some reason. Nature, I see. I want to become a natural historian.
More like a normal historian. I was always interested in our nation's history.
That would suit her well indeed. It appeared that among all the locals, she was the one who had nothing to hide. What if she came here just like me and simply could not trust anyone enough to tell? I tried testing the waters. And why did you choose this camp?
I didn't. My parents got a voucher for me from their work.
Another failure. Well, if you could choose.
It's nice here. I don't think I would choose some other place if I could. Here, it's like you are becoming another person.
That wasn't how I saw it.
Well then.
This man is trying to break the fourth wall.
Yes.
What do you mean, another person?
It's just that there's so many possibilities. You can learn so much, meet so many new, interesting people here.
Now she started to sound like our chief, which raised a red flag for me. I decided to start with the questions for now. When we came back, Olga Dmitrievna told Slavia.
I just remembered that the cards were at your place. It's okay. We got it. Good, good.
Slavia and Olga went inside. I was going to follow, but someone grabbed my hand. Alyssa. Her gaze sent a shiver down my spine, not a nice one. You want something? I asked carefully.
You're going to play this stupid game?
Yes, something wrong with that?
Nope, nothing.
She was turning to leave, but then slowly looked back at me and smiled.
So you play cards?
A little. I couldn't figure out what she wanted.
So only Durak, and that's it?
As if you're a poker star. Well, yes, technically.
Then you don't have a chance.
Why?
Because.
So you know the rules.
Of course.
Well, then you'll have the upper hand. I couldn't see why would we go on talking and motion towards the door.
Why do you keep trying to leave?
Is there anything else you'd like me to talk about?
Let's make a bet.
No. No. What do you mean?
You're such a slowpoke. The cards, what else?
And what do you want to bet on?
That I'll win.
That's quite a possible outcome. I agreed calmly.
So, are you afraid?
No, I'm not. I'm not big on bets when I don't like my chances.
And you're not big on taking risks, too.
Such an astute observation. I'm impressed. Right then,
No, you're not.
Now what? I sighed in exhaustion. She was staring. She was starting to annoy me with her rubbish talk about some pointless bet.
If you won't bet with me, I'll tell everyone that you tried to seduce me.
What?
You heard me.
I could imagine her doing this. Don't be stupid. Who's gonna believe you? I've been here less than 2 days besides.
Want to try your luck?
Right. And what'll happen if I win?
I won't tell anyone anything.
And if I lose?
Slowpoke mode again. I'll tell everyone you tried to seduce me. I told you already.
So you're telling me now that I have to work to prove I didn't do something when I didn't actually do it?
If that's how you want to look at it.
Not a simple decision. It actually is a very simple decision. You just don't bet.
Yeah.
On one hand, it was stupid to agree. I didn't know the rules and gambling wasn't my thing. On the other hand, she could really make my life hell. And you can break the fourth wall.
Yep.
Then again, can I even trust her? She can do it even if I win.
So, have you made a decision?
I was gonna answer, but then suddenly Lena came around from behind.
What? Nothing.
Lena hurried inside.
So?
No bet.
No, don't bet.
No bet.
Okay,
Do
so
not bet.
So do not bet with Elisa.
Do not bet with her, no.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to participate in your shady business. Sorry about that.
You wuss.
She shrugged and went up the stairs before she went inside. She flung at me.
Prepare to face the consequences.
Consequences? What if I made the wrong decision? No, you didn't. After all, she can really complicate things for me here. On the other hand, I just couldn't allow myself to be pulled into something so reckless. I let out a heavy sigh and followed her through the door. Inside, everything was ready. A few pioneers stood here and there chatting. The tables were moved out of the way to make room for players and spectators. I looked around. Something was going on the far corner. When I came closer, I saw a large piece of paper with a diagram drawn on it. My name was amongst the players. And who came up with all this? I patted Electronic, who was standing near. Well, of course it was your most humble servant. He bowed to me jokingly. This made me uncomfortable to the point of squirming. And why in the world am I amongst the players, then? I was disappointed. A few seconds ago I thought I had a slim chance to evade this tournament, then I wouldn't have to fear Alyssa's revenge for not betting with her. But now all that hope was gone. It was pure coincidence. Yeah, right, coincidence. Except that I was already acquainted with every one of the contestants. It may be a thing called destiny. While there were a few dozen pioneers standing in the room, I was seized by anxiety. It's the feeling of being watched while standing in an empty room with no windows and doors. Will there be a prize? I asked him lazily. I wanted to distract myself with a pointless conversation. Electronic was just about to answer when Uliana came out of nowhere and started jumping around him.
Prizes! Prizes! I heard something about prizes!
Do you know what the main ethos... Do you know what is the main ethos of the Olympic Games?
Well, what? No.
You'll understand when you grow up. She made a wry face and jabbed Electronic in the ribs.
So,
Oh,
what about the prize?
well, I don't know. It's not up to me. He made a helpless gesture. Really, if they came up with a stupid game, at least they could give the winners a chocolate medal or something. Welcome to Brazil, where the gold medals are made out of chocolate and the chocolate is made out of lies.
Mmm, delicious.
I wish I was that optimistic. So, what about the rules? Wait a bit. Not everyone is here yet. I looked around the canteen. Alyssa, Slavia, Lena, Miku, and Shurik were here. It seems like everyone is here. Not everyone. Xenia isn't here. Does he feel uneasy? Or is it just me? She's not here. So what? Pick someone else instead. No, I can't do that. This man is scared of the fucking librarian. How the fuck are you scared of a librarian?
Does she have a pretty bad secret or something?
I decided not to ask why he can't do this. Well, go fetch her or something. I don't know.
He can't go. He's the host of this event.
The camp leader appears as if from nowhere. But Olga... Electronic whined.
Semyon will go. Right, Semyon?
She looked at me and smiled. Yes, obviously. Of course. Who else? Where is she?
In the library, I guess.
Okay. I dragged my feet towards the door. Please hurry. What's electronics' problem anyway? Night is coming soon. I was going to take my time, so I slowly paced toward the library. But I found Xenia before I even expected. She was sitting on a bench at the square, staring at Ginda, who was silent as always. What are you doing here? Everyone is looking for you.
Sitting here, as you can see.
She frowned. Well, let's go.
I don't want to.
She looked away. Why not?
I don't want to.
I sat beside her. Listen, I don't like the idea of this contest myself, but we can't let everyone down. I surely didn't sound like myself there. A couple of days ago, I wouldn't even think about saying something like that. Xenia looked at me with a surprise on her face.
So everyone is waiting for me?
Isn't that exactly what I said? Yes.
I won't go anyway.
She frowned and hid her face. But why? I gestured with my arms, wondering.
I don't know how to play cards.
So what? That's the same problem here.
Then how can you play?
What? You can do things that you read about in books or something.
Of course.
She was surprised. And what if you ended up in Antarctica and had to rely on hunting polar bears to survive?
Polar bears don't live in Antarctica.
Xenia smiled. Doesn't matter, it's just an example. Come on, it's not like someone's life depends on the result. She took her time to think.
I just don't want to let anyone down.
Right. I agreed sarcastically.
And don't you think anything funny about that?
I didn't get what she meant, but anyway. Obviously, everyone has their weak spots. In a minute, we both were back in the canteen. Everyone looked at electronic. So, he cleared his throat. Each round consists of one game. In case of a draw, you replay the game. After this, the loser drops out and the next round begins. Since the number of volunteers he looked at me. Since the number of players is just 8, we'll have only 3 rounds. Is everything clear? The crowd cheered.
And what are the prizes? The prizes, what are they? Ulyana, cut it out.
Slavia stepped forward and tried to catch Ulyana.
I won't rest until the prize is mine.
Seemed like this girl had enough energy to warp jump to Alpha Centauri.
Prizes, prizes!
She repeated it over and over.
Stop it.
Slavia tried to reason with her. Electronics seemed to be getting dizzy from all this running around. Let's start already. I said calmly and added to Ulyana. Or you won't get any prizes. Looks like my argument got through to her and she took her place. Slavia followed her, giving me a grateful smile as she passed. The pioneers finally settled down. I approached the table that Lena sat behind. You don't mind? She looked up and blushed. Don't worry, I don't know the rules myself. And how can I be sure that it was not only myself? I sat down. Turns out we'll have to play the first round together.
Yes.
Finally, Electronic started to explain the rules. Look at the cards carefully. There are exactly 6 of them in front of you. I hope everyone knows how to count. Now you can look at them. After everyone had looked at their cards, Electronic moved on. The rules here are similar to poker. I hope everyone knows how to play. I knew the rules, but wasn't so sure about the others. First of all, it's top card, then 1 pair, then 2 pairs, then 3 of a kind. And so on. No one flushes or straights through. Straights, though. In the first round, you choose the card you would like to take from your opponent. In your turn, your opponent can choose to swap 2 of his cards around twice. Or he can choose not to do so. If he doesn't need the card which you are taking. Take note here, only your opponent can see which cards are trading places. In the next step, your opponent takes a card he chooses. I can see the English in this is not very fucking good.
Yeah.
Although, look at that 10. Look at that fucking 10 right at the end.
Yeah.
Long cat.
Long cat indeed.
And so on. I think it's pretty clear. It wasn't too clear to me. Isn't too clear to me either.
Yeah, same. I don't. Hey, you, Einstein.
Ulyana yelled at him from her table.
I didn't get a thing.
She didn't get a thing. You'll figure it out as we go. Electronic went to the table with a diagram, leaving Ulyana to smolder in solitude. You go first. I hoped I could get my mind around the game fast enough. Elena, more perplexed than usual, reached out for my cards. In the middle of the table, her hand stopped. Will you?
Oh shit! I forgot
yeah.
to.
Oh fuck! Oh yeah, I should be protecting my card. What was it Electronic said? Try to confuse your opponent. I can swap 2 of my cards. Twice. Or I can choose not to. Should I protect it or not? By the way, I can also agree to give her the card she chooses straight away. Otherwise, Lena can change her mind and take another card if she wants to. Or she might not. Don't swap.
Do I just press the X?
Yes.
Okay.
Things are becoming clear. Or at least comprehensible. Now it's my turn. I can take back my card from her, or I can choose another. We need to lose against her.
How are we gonna do that?
Just choose the middle one directly.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
We need to make sure we have nothing.
Good.
We have no fucking pairs or anything.
Yeah.
Even if I watch her closely, I can take the card regardless of her movements. Same card.
Same card again?
Same card. Yeah. Shit. I made it. This is not okay.
Oh. Is that something we didn't want?
That is something we didn't fucking want.
Okay.
If possible, we should try and lose that card we just got.
Okay.
Electronic, who is currently watching our game, nodded in approval. Looks like we're getting somewhere now. Now, during this round, opponents can trade cards 3 times. Keep an eye on each other. Penetrate your opponent with... Penetrate your opponent with your eyes. I chuckled. Penetrate.
Seems like he had the same mind as you.
No, I cringed at it. What's so funny? Oh, never mind. I tried to keep a straight face. He stared at me for a moment, then moved on. Then we turn cards up to see whose hand is better. Electronic went back to his diagram.
So, what are we gonna do with this?
Trade out one of your 5s.
Alright. I'll take out this one. And I guess I'll go. X?
Yeah.
Just X?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh.
That was weird. Take the, this one?
No. The one at the other end.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Take that one? The other one?
Yeah.
Click again? Okay. Click again?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yep. Let her take it. Let her take that fucking thing.
So, do I just lift it up
Just
or?
press the X. They just press the X.
Okay. Alright.
So now we have literal numbers and that's it.
Okay. What am I supposed to click now?
Middle card. Direct middle.
Alright.
Go direct middle again. Yep. Pair of 2. Take a jack. Switch a jack with a 2.
X?
No, you press one then the other. Now press the jack. Yes. Yes.
Okay. X?
Yeah, X. We are purposefully fucking losing.
Yeah, I'm just confused because this is the first time I ever played this damn thing.
I get confused at this card game myself.
What do I press now?
On the one next to that one.
This one?
No.
This one?
No, next one across.
This one?
No, other way.
This one?
No, the other way. The other way you went. You know that third card to the 1, 2, 3. Third card from the right. You were on. Yeah,
This
one next to that one.
This one?
Yeah, go to the right.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
Yes, you lost.
On purpose.
Fail. It's still frustrating to lose anyway. I left the canteen. That gave us +1.
What?
That gave us +1 to Lena's route.
Oh. Okay.
We're currently at 3.
Wow.
It was too early to sleep, and a short walk looked like a good idea. Sports field. Where should I head to? Sports field.
This whole area, right? The one with the football, volleyball, gymnasium, locker room, shower? That thing?
If you select sports field after you lose against Lena and you didn't bet with Alyssa, you get a scene with Lena.
Okay, so this thing I'm selecting right now is the sports field?
I assume so, yes.
Okay. So
it doesn't say sports field, but I think that's the sports field.
Okay, so We're moving on to the sports field then?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
I wanted to get away. How could I ever lose in the first round? There was no excuse for me. Oh, you lost on purpose.
Yeah, you threw it.
Throwing for content.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, that's what we just did.
Yep, we did it.
The sports ground seemed to be the best place to be alone at the moment. Who would think about playing soccer in the evening? I sat down on a bench near the pitch and started to think about what happened. Suddenly, from the volleyball field side, I started hearing sounds that seemed like sounds of rasping or whistling. Turning, I saw someone desperately swinging his hand. Who is he gesturing to? To my astonishment, it was Lena. She was throwing the shuttlecock up in the air and attempted to strike it with the racket. However, to be really honest, she sucked at badminton. I just watched for a while, then decided to go up to her. I went around the volleyball court and got inside so that she could see me. Lena was as timid as a deer, so I'd rather not repeat previous mistakes. Hi. She glanced at me and immediately hid the racket and the shuttlecock behind her back. You like badminton?
Not really.
I see you're not really getting it. Maybe you want some help? To tell the truth, I was not very good at badminton, just like just like any other child, I used to play it from time to time. Let me show you.
Thank you.
She blushed.
I want to join the badminton team, but I don't see it happening really. I wouldn't even try today, but
She looked up at me.
I never had any luck at cards, but it seemed like I was on fire today, so I thought it could be the same with badminton. Oh, sweet summer child.
Well, my mum's didn't worry back. Real quick, she just said something to me.
All right.
After these words, I realized that losing to Lena is doubtly upsetting. I would never think of you as being so keen on sports. She blushed again. Oh, excuse me. Come on, let me show you. I took the racket and threw the shuttlecock in the air, and I struck it with strength, and it flew over the fence and got lost amongst the trees. I'm sorry. Well, I didn't expect that from myself.
Never mind. Although it was the last one.
The last one. Let's go and get it.
We'd better not. There is, in the forest.
What's in there? A goblin? I laughed out loud.
Maybe.
It seemed like I was the only one joking around. There's no to be afraid of. Come on.
Well, if you are with me.
We went out to the sports ground and I started to inspect the trees. All of a sudden, The screech of an owl pierced the night. Lena got so scared that she seized onto me with both hands, giving me something like a hug. This grip was strong. This strong grip was a bit awkward. To feel a girl's body and its warmth so close to me. I was filled with tenderness. I had a deep desire to protect her and guard her from anyone, even if it's only an owl or another night bird. That does not look like an owl to me.
Definitely not. Looks like an angry bird's representation of an owl, though.
Oh yeah, it looks like the fucking red angry bird.
Yeah.
But blue.
Yeah, the blue one, yeah.
My only wish was to let this embrace last forever. However, all good things must come to an end sooner or later. After a while, I realized that it was an owlet who was screeching on the branch next to us. It was holding onto the shuttlecock tightly. Is that what you were scared of?
Uh-huh.
Take a look. It isn't scary at all. Lena looked out from behind my back.
You're right. Not scary at all.
Hey, wait a second. I gently got out of her hug and came closer to the owlet. At first, it seemed I'd get frightened and fly away after dropping the shuttlecock. But the owlet was still perching there. I succeeded in grasping the shuttlecock and carefully taking it from the bird. Hey look, it's almost tame. Would you like to pet it?
Maybe some other time.
I handed the shuttlecock to Lena.
Thank you.
She smiled gently.
I have to go.
Good luck at badminton. Lena smiled again and hurried away to camp. How sweet can a girl get? For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. There was no light in the window, so Olga must have been sleeping already. Strangely enough, she waited for me yesterday. I entered, quietly stripped and laid on the bed. When you think about it, my situation hadn't got any clearer today. In fact, I spent the whole day doing useless stuff. It would never have thought about doing something like this in the real world. Although, I had plenty of time. How much time I would have here is totally still a mystery. Maybe an eternity. Maybe there are only a few minutes left. I just didn't want to think about the past, about how I got to this camp. For the first time in a long while, I felt really tired. Not only emotionally tired, but physically tired, psychologically tired, and God knows how else tired. I just wanted everyone and everything to shove off, starting with my own thoughts. I wanted this mess somehow resolved by itself. Or at least, without my active participation. And what if I'm stuck here forever? Then I'll have to get used to it. So, just like that, I'm not ready. Ahem. My consciousness slowly drifted away from me, and it became progressively harder to concentrate on something distinct. Perhaps it's better to wait until tomorrow. I rolled over and fell asleep.
Day 3.
Now that is where we save.
Mm-hmm.
Save and stop the recording at this point. I would say we do a day at a time.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Good lord.
And we stop here?
Yep, how long was that?